My dear son, my precious daughter, just 2 minutes ago, I touched your heart. You felt it, didn't you? That strange feeling, that gentle pressure in the center of your chest, as if something much greater than yourself was calling you. It wasn't anxiety. It wasn't worry. It was my Holy Spirit reaching out to you in this sacred moment. I'm about to share something with you that will shake everything you thought you knew. You didn't arrange this meeting. I did. For weeks, for months, maybe even years, I've been setting things up for this exact moment. Every moment of your life, every tear you've cried, every prayer whispered at dawn, all of it has led to this instant. Human clocks measure time in seconds, but in my eternal time, this is the Kairos, the perfect moment, the divine opportunity that I have opened just for you. It's no coincidence that you are watching this now. It's not random, and it's not because someone else shared it. It's because I, the creator of everything, the God who knows every detail of your life, brought you here. You may be asking, is this really meant for me? And I tell you with all certainty, yes, it is for you. Not for your neighbor, not for your friend, not for anyone else in your life, but for you, because I know you by name. I know where you are. I know what you've been through. I know how many times you've wanted to give up. How many sleepless nights you spent wondering, God, how much longer? And now my answer is here. The question now is not how long, but what you'll do with this moment. There is a new energy in the air around you. You can feel it now, can't you? It's the presence of my angels strategically placed around you. In the next few minutes, your life is about to change completely. I'm tearing away the curtain between the natural and the supernatural. I'm opening your spiritual eyes so you can see beyond what you see with your physical eyes. This is not just another video. It's not mere entertainment. It's a divine message. This is a special word, a message from God, meant for this exact moment in your life. And that person I'm speaking to is you. Since the moment you woke up today, I have been leaving signs for you, clues from the heavens that have led you to this very moment. Maybe you woke up at a certain time and noticed repeating numbers. Perhaps someone said something that hit your heart in a way you can't explain. Or maybe you felt a strange weight in your chest, a longing for something, though you don't even know what it is. These were my signs. The pressure you felt in your chest a few moments ago was my Holy Spirit touching your spiritual heart directly. When I touch a heart, the person feels it in their body. It's not just psychological or emotional, it's the spiritual showing up in the physical world. You might also feel heat in your hands, a gentle tremble, or even tears that form without any reason. These are signs of my presence growing closer. Just like Moses had to remove his sandals when he stood before the burning bush because the ground was holy, when I approach you, your body will react. There are millions of videos and billions of pieces of content in the digital world, but you are here, watching this video at this exact moment, hearing these specific words. Do you really think this is all just by chance? Go ahead and write present in the comments, marking this moment as your divine encounter with me. This is the turning point that will change your life. What I've prepared for you is about to be revealed. Your willingness to respond to my call right now will decide what happens next. Don't let this moment slip by. Don't ignore my voice, because when I call, it's always for a reason. The purpose I have for you is bigger than you ever dreamed. Now, pay close attention, because I'm going to teach you how to recognize my voice and the signs I send your way. Since the moment you woke up today, I have been leaving small clues for you, like little heavenly messages guiding you to this moment. Maybe you haven't realized it yet, but I've been with you all along. Perhaps you woke up at a certain time, looked at the clock, and saw the same numbers appearing again and again. 11:11, 2:22, 3:33. You thought it was just a coincidence. But I was marking the time, showing you that something important was coming your way. Maybe someone said something to you today, just a simple word or phrase, but it touched your heart in a way you couldn't explain. Or maybe you felt a strange weight in your chest, a longing for something, though you couldn't put it into words. These were my signs. I've been preparing your heart for this very moment. But the enemy, the one who seeks to keep you stuck in feelings of defeat and lack, has worked hard to blind you. He fills your mind with doubt, telling you that these things are nothing more than coincidences, that God doesn't speak in such ways. And at times, tired of waiting, tired of believing, you start to accept those lies. But today, I am removing that veil. I am clearing away the spiritual blindness that has stopped you from seeing the ways I've been at work in your life. The pressure you felt in your chest when you began watching this video wasn't anxiety. It was my Holy Spirit touching your spiritual heart directly. When I touch a heart, it's felt in the body. It's not just your mind, and it's not just your emotions. It's the spiritual realm showing up in the physical world. It's the unseen entering the scene. You might be feeling something else now, too. A warmth in your hands, a slight tremble in your body, or even tears beginning to form without any clear reason. You're not sad, but you feel like crying. You're not afraid, yet your body is reacting. Do you know what this is? It's my presence, drawing closer to you. When Moses came close to the burning bush in the desert, he had to take off his sandals because the ground he stood on was holy. The land itself didn't change, but it became a place where my presence was felt strongly. And where my presence is, everything changes. The ordinary becomes special, the natural becomes supernatural. Right now, as you hear these words, my presence surrounds you. The angels I have placed around you are protecting this moment because it is holy. You may not see them with your physical eyes, but your spirit knows they are here. That's why the atmosphere feels different, why you feel something deep happening. If you feel like crying more, don't hold it back. It's not a sign of weakness. It's the doors of heaven opening up over you. Every tear you shed in my presence is precious, like spiritual diamonds. I gather every tear you cry in communion with me, and at the right time, I turn it into a story of victory. You may also feel a sense of urgency, like something important is about to be revealed and you can't miss it. That's not anxiety, it's my spirit quickening your heart, because the moment of great revelation is near. Right now, there are millions of videos and billions of pieces of content competing for your attention, yet you're here, watching this video and hearing these words at this very moment I planned for you. This is not by chance, not because of an internet algorithm. It's divine design, celestial planning. It's my hand moving the unseen pieces to bring you here. If I've brought you here, it's because I have something huge to offer you, something that will change not just your external circumstances, but the very core of your life. Share this video with the person I am placing in your heart, because by obeying, you will receive the gift I've prepared for you. What I am about to share with you is so powerful that it will make everything you've been through, every moment you've waited, and every struggle you faced make perfect sense. You will understand why this moment had to be now. He said, "Daughter, I'm about to reveal something to you that will change the way you see everything." Before you were born, Before your parents met, before the first star appeared in the sky, I already had a plan for your life. It wasn't a generic plan. It wasn't a one-size-fits-all blueprint. It was a unique plan, designed just for you, with every single detail carefully thought out. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Do you realize that this is not just a pretty promise you see on a church sign? It's a legal decree from heaven. It's a document signed with my blood, sealed with my spirit, and stored in the eternal archives of heaven. And this is what most people don't get. This plan isn't just about survival. It includes specific, personal provisions, designed just for you. And they are meant to bring you abundance, not just to get by, but to truly thrive. I know your hidden dreams, the ones you haven't even shared with anyone because you thought they were too big. I know that house you imagine when you close your eyes, that business you dream of starting but don't have the resources for yet. I see the debt that weighs you down, the one you want to clear for good. I know about the family reconciliation you long for, even though it feels impossible. I hear your cries for healing every day. I know every one of these dreams, and not only do I know them, but I have already set aside special, heavenly resources just for each one. When I said, "Let us make man in our image," I wasn't just creating another being. I was making a co-heir, a son, a daughter with legal rights over my kingdom, my wealth, and all my infinite possibilities. You have been chosen for this moment because there is a divine deposit, with your name on it, waiting for you. This is not a metaphor, and it's not just some poetic speech. In the spiritual realm, a place more real than the physical world, there is a heavenly bank account with your name on it, a divine vault containing a deposit of blessings just for you. Inside this deposit is a supernatural financial provision that will resolve all your economic struggles at once. There are doors of opportunity that no one can shut, no matter how many enemies you have. There are relationships you thought were beyond repair that will be restored. There is health and healing for diseases that medicine has given up on. There is joy and peace you thought you lost forever. There is purpose and direction as clear as daylight. But here's the key point I need you to understand. This deposit must be accessed. It must be withdrawn and transferred from the spiritual realm into your natural life. To do this, two things are necessary: recognition and action. Recognition means acknowledging that this deposit exists and that it belongs to you by right, through inheritance. Action means putting your faith into practice through obedience. For years, maybe even decades, you've prayed, fasted, and cried out. You may have thought, God doesn't hear me. God has forgotten me. God has left me. But the truth that will set you free is this: I have always heard you. Every prayer, every tear, every cry. The issue was never that I didn't hear you. It's that the deposit was waiting for you in heaven, untouched, set apart, guarded, because you didn't know how to access it. But today, that changes. Today, you will learn how to access it. Today, you will learn how to bring from the heavenly realm to the earthly. I didn't bring you here by chance. It wasn't luck, and it wasn't a coincidence. I brought you here because the Kairos has come, God's perfect moment, the exact time for the divine delivery of your deposit. This is the moment. It's happening now, in this video, in this revelation. You were chosen from the foundation of the world to carry my glory, to bring my kingdom to earth, and to live in the fullness I have always planned for you. And this calling has never been taken back because of your failures, mistakes, sins, or struggles, because my gifts and callings are irrevocable. Romans 11:29. Enjoy this video as a spiritual covenant, a declaration that you accept the deposit. Subscribe to this channel to keep receiving revelations that will change your life. What I'm about to show you will explain why you've unknowingly rejected this deposit and how to immediately reverse that. Every second from here on is important. Don't take your eyes off the screen. Don't leave this video, because the next revelation will shake the very foundation of how you understand blessing and curse. Now, I need to reveal something about this deposit that will help you realize just how much I love you and how much I have planned for you. This deposit wasn't prepared yesterday. It wasn't prepared last week. It wasn't prepared when you started praying more or joined a church. This deposit was set aside before the foundation of the world, before the earth existed, before time itself began. I have already set apart specific heavenly resources in your name. In Ephesians 1:4 it says, "He chose us before the foundation of the world to be holy and blameless before Him in love." But what many don't realize is that this choice included not just spiritual salvation, but also full provision for every area of your life. When I set something aside for someone, I don't do it halfway. I don't give leftovers. I don't give scraps. I pour out abundance. I release fullness. I manifest so much that it overflows. Inside this deposit that I've specifically prepared for you, there are extraordinary financial resources. I'm not talking about just a small raise. I'm not talking about barely being able to pay your bills. I'm talking about multiplication that defies all logic. I'm talking about doors that will open, money flowing in ways you never thought possible. This deposit also includes the full restoration of everything that was stolen from you, every broken relationship that left wounds, every lost opportunity that made you doubt your worth, every dream that died and left you disappointed. All of this is part of the restoration package I've prepared for you. As Joel 2:25 says, "I will restore the years the locust has eaten," not just the months, but entire years. Inside this package is healing, physical healing for diseases that doctors have called incurable, emotional healing for deep wounds that psychologists haven't been able to fix, spiritual healing for the hurts that religion couldn't heal. Because I am Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals you, and my specialty is making the impossible possible, where science and logic have failed. This storehouse also holds open doors of professional opportunities that will lead you to positions you didn't even apply for. Doors of relationships that will bring the right people into your life at the perfect time. Doors of supernatural favor where you will receive special treatment with no logical explanation. And when I open a door, Revelation 3:8 promises, no one will be able to shut it. This treasure also holds joy, not the shallow happiness that depends on outside circumstances, but the joy of the Lord, which is your strength. It's a joy beyond words, full of glory, a joy that comes from deep within, even when everything around you seems to fall apart. Because the joy of the Lord will be your strength, as it says in Nehemiah 8:10. Inside this treasure is peace, a peace that goes beyond understanding. Peace in the middle of a storm. Peace when the bills are overdue, but you trust I will provide. Peace when the diagnosis isn't good, but you know I am greater. Peace that protects your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. And yes, there is a purpose, complete clarity about why you were born, what your mission in life is, and how you will impact your generation. No more living in confusion or stumbling around in the dark. This program includes a full revelation of your calling and the practical steps to live it out. Everything I mentioned is already set aside for you. It's reserved in your name, and nothing is missing. The deposit is complete. It no longer needs any preparation. It doesn't require approval from any heavenly committee. It is already approved. It is ready. It is waiting for you. And it doesn't depend on your works, your perfection, or how many times you've gone to church or read the Bible. It is a gift, a grace given to you through faith. As Ephesians 2:8-9 says, it is a gift, an inheritance, and a right that belongs to every child of God. This treasure had been waiting for you. It has been set aside for the right time, the divine kairos, the moment I have planned for it to be revealed and given to you. That moment is now. You know it exists. You know what it contains. And now it's time to understand why it hasn't reached you yet. And that's what I will show you next. Now, I need to tell you something that may be hard to hear, but it's necessary for your freedom. The deposit is ready, it is complete, and it is labeled with your name. But there is something holding up the transfer, and it's not a problem in heaven. The problem is in your heart. You've closed your heart to me. Not on purpose, not because you wanted to reject me, but your heart became closed. Even though it was unconscious, that closure has blocked everything I prepared for you. Let me explain how this happened. Throughout your life, you faced disappointments. People promised you things, but didn't follow through. You thought certain situations were answers to your prayers, only for them to fall apart. You believed with all your heart, and still nothing changed. Each of these moments left a mark, a wound, a crack in your heart. And to protect yourself from further pain, your heart began to build walls, invisible emotional and spiritual shields. You didn't choose to build them, they formed automatically, instinctively, as a defense mechanism from the pain. The problem is, those walls that protected you from hurt also keep out the blessings. The same walls that block the pain also block the joy. The armor that protects you from sadness also keeps out miracles. Revelation 3:20 says, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in. But understand this, I don't force my way in. I knock, and I wait for you to open the door. How many times in the past few months, or even years, have I knocked on the door of your heart and found it closed? Not because you didn't want to welcome me, but because pain closed the door without you realizing it. You continued praying, attending church, reading the Bible, but with your heart closed, with the floodgates of your emotions blocked, and the doors of your spirit shut. And no matter how much your lips said yes, your heart was saying no without you even knowing it. This is what explains everything. It explains why you pray but don't feel my presence, why you cry out but feel like I don't hear you, and why you see others receiving blessings while your life seems unchanged. It's not because I don't love you or have forgotten you. It's not because you don't deserve it, it's because the connection is blocked, the channel is broken, and the door is locked from the inside. And here comes the hardest part. Every time I tried to bless you, and your heart was closed, that gift had to return to heaven, untouched. Every time I offered you an opportunity but you couldn't receive it because pain was protecting you, that blessing had to return. Not because I gave up on you, but because I respect your free will, including the free will of your wounded heart. But today, that ends. Today, I reveal this hidden problem, a problem you may not have even known existed. And when you recognize a problem, you gain the power to fix it. I am not condemning you. I'm not blaming you. I'm setting you free. I am showing you the lock that has kept you from receiving the blessing so you can open it. Because the truth will set you free. John 8:32. And this truth I am revealing to you today will break the invisible chains that have held you for so long. Your heart closed not because you lacked faith, but because of too much pain. Your heart didn't close because of weakness, but because of your humanity. Unhealed wounds always create barriers, always build walls, always block the flow of blessings. But I am an expert in healing broken hearts. Psalm 147:3 says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Right now, as you hear these words, I am starting the healing process. I am tearing down the walls, opening the doors, and releasing the floodgates. Go to the comments and write 777, the number of divine fullness, as a declaration that you are fully opening your heart to receive everything I have prepared for you. What I am about to show you are the consequences of this unconscious rejection, but also the way to reverse them. Every second from now is a step toward your complete freedom. Now I need to show you how this unconscious rejection affects your life practically. When you unknowingly reject the spiritual deposit, the effects show up in your physical world in a painful way. The first consequence is chronic financial lack. You work hard, you try your best, you do everything right, but the money is never enough. Something is always missing. An unexpected expense comes up, or something always eats up the little savings you've managed to put aside. It's not because you aren't trying hard enough. It's because you've rejected the supernatural provision I set aside for you. The second consequence is doors that seem to mysteriously close. You're about to grab a great opportunity. Everything is going well, but just before you reach it, something strange happens, and the door slams shut. You almost got the job, but they picked someone else. You almost closed the deal, but the client backs out. You almost reached your dream, but there's always something in the way. This pattern is not bad luck. It's not a coincidence. It's a spiritual sign of your closed heart, blocking the doors I've been trying to open for you. The third consequence is the feeling of always being so close to achieving your goals, but never actually getting there. You live right on the edge of victory, always just one step away from a miracle, just one step from transformation, but that final step never happens. It's like running a marathon and collapsing just 10 meters from the finish line, over and over again, month after month, year after year. This constant frustration is not a punishment from me. It's the result of you unknowingly rejecting what could have taken you past the finish line. The fourth consequence affects your relationships. People begin to drift away without any clear reason. Relationships that could have blossomed fade away. You try to build connections, but they fall apart. You try to reach out, but there's always an invisible wall. Do you know where that wall comes from? It comes from your own closed heart. When you close your heart to me, you automatically close it to the people I've sent to bless you. The fifth consequence is unconscious self-sabotage. You unknowingly destroy opportunities. You say things you shouldn't at the worst possible times. You make decisions without thinking that ruin what was being built. You quit just before reaching your breakthrough. Then you wonder, why did I do that? A heart closed off from divine guidance functions in survival mode, not in victory mode. It acts from fear, not faith. It tries to protect itself, not receive the good things I have for you. The sixth consequence is that even when you do receive blessings, they slip right through your fingers. You get something, but you can't hold on to it. Money comes, but it leaves just as fast. Opportunities show up, but you can't fully take advantage of them. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes. It doesn't make sense to keep pouring water into a container that's broken by rejection. The seventh consequence, which may be the most painful of all, is deep spiritual exhaustion. You feel worn out from praying, tired of believing, and drained from waiting. You look at your life and see no progress compared to the effort you've put in. You watch others move forward while you stay stuck. This exhaustion turns into discouragement. Discouragement turns into hopelessness, and hopelessness leads to resignation. But this is the truth you need to understand. None of the consequences I've described are permanent. They are not a final judgment or a sealed fate. These are simply signs of a problem that you now understand, and by recognizing the problem, you hold the power to change it. These struggles have affected you, but they've also impacted those around you, people you care about who are stuck in the same cycles. Share this video now with someone you know who is facing the same challenges, because their freedom begins the moment they hear this revelation. What I'm about to show you is who is behind these obstacles and how they work to keep you trapped. Get ready, because I'm going to expose the enemy of your soul. Now, I'll help you identify the specific battles that have been ruling your life, because when you can name the enemy, you can defeat it. The first issue I need to address is chronic scarcity. And I'm not just talking about typical poverty. I'm talking about a scarcity that doesn't make sense. You work harder than others but earn less. You put in double the effort, yet get half the results. You plant more but harvest less. This kind of scarcity is not natural. It's not because you're lazy or incapable. It's a direct result of the spiritual blockage that has kept you from receiving the provision meant for you. For months, you've looked at your bank account in confusion. The money that came in should have been enough, but it's gone. You didn't waste it on unnecessary things. You weren't irresponsible, but there's nothing left. It feels like there's an invisible hole where your resources vanish. Haggai 1:6 describes this perfectly. You earn wages, only to put them in a bag with holes. This is spiritual scarcity, not just a lack of money. The second struggle is the doors that keep closing in front of you. You prepare for an interview, you're qualified. The conversation goes well, but they pick someone else.